So, did you know there's a YouTube Mafia?
They're a shadowy organization, and anybody who is in the know and talks about them is in for some serious trouble.
What?
Creator news.
Welcome to Creator News, Tubefilter's investigative news show where each week we delve into an issue that affects you, the creator.
Creator News is brought to you by Patreon, the platform that gets creators paid.
This week on Creator News, we're going to be talking about YouTube's Mafia. What is this Mafia? What are their origins? What do they do? Nice YouTube channel you have here. Would be a shame if something were to happen to it.
People have called them the smart YouTuber Mafia, Drew, so I wouldn't let yourself get too intimidated.
It does kind of take the teeth out of it, doesn't it?
Let me just explain it to you. The smart YouTuber Mafia is a nickname for Standard. It's a company that represents smart, educational, and thoughtful content creators. And it's not quite a multi-channel network, it's not quite a management company or an agency, it's something kind of different.
I am the CEO and founder of the Smart YouTuber Mafia. Standard. Our mission statement is to empower independent creators. What that really means is making sure that the middle class of digital video creator is sustainable. The MCNs and the agency model that was serving YouTubers all ends up being either predatory or so hands-off as to be useless. So we set out to bridge that gap, to build something that was actually for the creators, by the creators.
For the creators, by the creators? I feel like I've heard that one before. It's history time!
Collectives of YouTube channels are not a new concept. In the early days of YouTube, we saw the rise and fall of YouTube networks called multi-channel networks, or MCNs.
In the late 2000s, YouTube had a challenge. It had already acquired and integrated AdSense, launched the YouTube Partner Program, built the largest content repository in the world, and had millions of people watching every day.
But it had a business to run. How was it going to scale and increase its revenue without a robust sales team?
The solution was simple. YouTube allowed large media companies to sell their own advertising on YouTube. And this opportunity wasn't just limited to big publishers. If you could organize enough creators along an advertising vertical like gaming or beauty or awesomeness, you could offer creators in that network higher advertising rates than they would normally get on their own. In other words, network effect.
YouTube would still get its revenue split, but now have an even bigger amount that it didn't even have to sell. So it was a win-win.
For the creators, by the creators was the motto of one of the biggest MCNs, Maker Studios.
Founded in 2009 by YouTubers Lisa Nova, Danny Diamond, Kasim G, Shay Carl, Phil DeFranco, and more, Maker Studios was the antithesis of a traditional entertainment corporation, a media company by artists for artists that actually understood how YouTube worked.
I think it's like United Artists, because United Artists was made by the actors, Charlie Chaplin and Pickford, and all this. Yeah. So that's sort of the difference. Is it's like a studio made by the creators. For the creators.
Maker attracted the biggest names on YouTube at the time. Ryan Higa, Ray William Johnson, Nice Peter, they all flocked to the network.
Poised for growth, Maker Studios raised $1.5 million in 2011. And within a year, it had signed 1,000 channels to its network and accumulated over 1 billion views per month, making it the largest independent network on YouTube.
And with more and more investment flooding in, the company grew like gangbusters. It sparked a phenomenon. MCNs were getting funded left and right, from Beverly Hills to Bombay and everywhere in between.
Because these MCNs were backed by venture capital firms, growth and scale became priority number one. Everything else was expendable, including creators. But that didn't stop MCN mania from hitting its peak frenzy, with major exits from Maker Studios, Fullscreen, Awesomeness TV, and more.
And then this happened.
Today, I'm telling the story of Defy Media. If we have any hope of getting these earnings back and making sure that this never happens to another creator ever again, then I need your help.
Defy's collapse sounded a death knell for the traditional MCN model, forcing these networks to fundamentally change the way they operated. From pivoting to talent management or servicing brand deals to offering real tangible services like digital rights management.
Otherwise, their only options were a Hail Mary to a major media company buyer, or shutting down completely.
The aftermath was a loosely organized sea of creators operating independently, with no more big MCN holiday parties for us to attend.
Yeah, remember parties?
But just because the traditional MCN model didn't work out, it doesn't mean that the network effect from creator collectives still isn't extremely valuable.
We've seen how Team 10 and the Vlog Squad, and now Sway LA and Hype House, have all built massive collective audiences by teaming creators together. But no creator collective has really formally organized, until now.
Organized crime?
No.
So then what about this smart YouTuber Mafia? Is this the same thing all over again?
See, what makes Standard different is it's owned by the creators that are in it.
The company is owned by creators, myself included, but I'm one of 10. So there's no fudging the by us for us thing because, I don't know, there's skin in the game.
I don't know, Josh. I mean, I'll give it to you. It's not Mafia, but it's definitely something. I mean, the guy has a globe in the background, a globe. It's all very James Bond Spectre. It's very shadowy.
Very shadowy.
Very shadowy.
Very shadowy.
Very shadowy.
Okay, I'll give you that, especially considering Dave's lighting choices for this interview, but Standard seems like the real deal. Any creator who's part of the company can actually own a piece of it.
Any of our creators who want to be a part of the business, who want to see the upside of the company itself growing, are invited to come join the LLC. I find that having engaged, thoughtful, interested, passionate co-owners is so much more valuable to the business than me owning the entirety of it would ever be.
Still not convinced.
I get it. So let's ask some Standard creators what they think.
My name's Jordan Harrod. I am during the day a PhD student, and at night I have a YouTube channel where I talk about the ways that we interact with algorithms and artificial intelligence on a daily basis. I do appreciate the fact that the creators own the agency that we're in and therefore have some amount of influence over it.
In addition to working with creators, Standard has built and owns its own streaming service. It's called Nebula, and since its launch in June 2019, it has onboarded content from over 100 creators and received over 100,000 paying customers.
The way our equity stuff works is creators can buy into Standard equity, but Nebula equity happens automatically. Any Standard creator who's doing stuff on Nebula, they instantly get equity.
And Standard creators seem to be loving the arrangement.
I am Devin Stone. I am the lawyer and YouTuber behind the YouTube channel LeagleEagle. It's funny because Standard really flies under the radar. You have to sort of know someone who knows someone. Nebula allows us to put unedited versions of our videos on a streaming platform that we don't have to worry about demonetization. We generally don't have to worry about the kind of unfair copyright trolls that you'll find on YouTube. And it provides another source of monetization for the creators. Every decision that's made at Standard is whether it is going to add value to the creator. We're always making each other better. And that alone, I think, is one of the huge things that makes Standard special, is that everybody cares about everybody else.
So the new model of a creator collective is about helping one another and building value on a property that they own, rather than creating drama and building views on a platform they can't control.
So in summary, when YouTube and online video first started to gain mainstream cultural momentum, you had the entertainment industry apply these old Hollywood models to this new entertainment paradigm, forcing it all into the pre-existing structures of networks, talent agencies, and management companies. All of them say they're for creators too, but Standard's one example of a different kind of company that's evolved along the way. One that, at least for now, delivers on that promise.
The era of big MCNs with big exits may have ended for good, but now we're at the dawn of a new era, one of an emerging middle class of creators and creatives, where massive scale and huge growth may be goals, but they're not necessities to building a sustainable and successful business. The more that creators can take ownership in their process, in their audience, and in the platforms in which they operate, the less scale is needed to achieve the good life, as the mobsters say it. And that's an offer you can't refuse.
Creator news.
This show wouldn't be possible without the support of Patreon.
Patreon helps you generate recurring income from your creative work by offering exclusive content and community to your fans. It's a great way to help set yourself up for long-term success and reward your most loyal fans along the way.
Hey Drew, you know what else Patreon does?
What?
Lets you get the emails of all your patrons.
Ooh, audience portability.
So check out patreon.com/creatornews and start changing the way your creativity is valued.
What issues do you want us to dive into next? Put it in the comments. And
If you liked this video, like this video.
subscribe if you haven't already.
Ring that bell.
And please share with your fellow online video professionals. I'm Drew.
And I'm Josh, and this is Creator News.
See you next week.
Creator news.